So Steele's about to get jailed.
Yeah.
All right. So they're like, all right. Steele takes his jacket off. He takes the tie off.
I thought he was pump faking.
No, he took it all off. And as he's like, Your Honor, I got one more thing to say. And the judge was going to jail him right then and there, right? And then the light bulb went off in the judge's head that, man, I can't actually jail this guy right then and there. It's going to be a mistrial if I take away his lawyer, like at this critical juncture. Like his lawyer's like, yo, this is a critical juncture. You just had an ex parte meeting without me. I've heard about it. We need to discuss it. And then instead of me discussing it, I actually jailed the lawyer. That's like, I'm getting a little out there right now. I'm getting a little too far. So the judge initially was doing all, and there was also, I should talk about this. There was, did you see the Ashley Marchand came in? The blonde woman defending Brian Steele at the end of the day?
Who's that?
So that was the same defense attorney who argued the motion for why Fonnie Willis should be recused from the Trump trial. That was her.
Really?
Yeah. And she's part of it.
What was her job in this trial then?
She came to defend Steele when she heard that they're trying to jail Steele for not revealing the source.
How does that work? Does Steele have to be like, hey, I'm hiring an attorney? Like, how does that work?
He would have, except in Georgia, there's an organization called the Georgia Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers. They call it GACTL. And Steele is a member of GACTL, and GACTL is basically, it's about 1,500 strong. And it's these defense firms. You know, defense firms usually are solo guys, 2-3 guys in a partnership. Mm-hmm. They don't have like big armies of lawyers where like the court system has like all these resources, prosecute. So if you get in a bind and you're a defense attorney and you're a member of this organization, you can let them know and they'll come help you out. Now in this case, an email probably went out to GACTL that, yo, this is happening to Brian Steele. So Ashley Marchand is the president of GACTL.
Really?
So, I mean, I don't know that GACTL is going to respond to every single distress call the way they did.
Yeah, but it's high profile.
This is Brian Steele.
That's a good look.
Right? So they responded heavy. The president actually came out to argue it, and about 20, 25 lawyers showed up. All them lawyers show up, they're in the hallway, and they're like, Judge, we want to be in there. And the judge is like, no, I don't have any room, which was a lie. The whole jury, it's a lie. The jury was not there.
Yeah.
There's 12 seats in the jury box.
Yeah.
Defense attorneys, I don't know if y'all ever been to court. Defense attorneys always are allowed to sit in the jury box. They'll let defense attorneys stand if that's the case.
Yeah.
The judge is like, nah, y'all stay outside. He let Ashley argue the motion. Ashley's like, Judge, come on. This is outrageous. A couple of things. And she made all the points. And the judge ran it back. And he was going to jail Steele. And then he's like, I can't. Here's what I'm going to do. You have to go to jail on the weekends.
Wait, hold on. This is like such like rare shit happening.
Rare.
So an attorney not in the case was allowed to come in to argue a motion that was countering the decision of a judge within the case?
Well, she was there to argue the criminal contempt charge, right? Because there's a case. The case is State of Georgia versus
Jeffrey Williams and others.
That whole group. Now, there's a new case. The new case is the court versus Brian Steele.
Yeah.
The court is saying that you've violated my court rules and now you got a charge against you.
Yeah.
So she came in to defend Steele on that contempt charge.
And that happens right away?
Yeah, that happened right away. So when that happened right away, the judge walked it back because he was speeding. And he walked it back. He realized I can't take Steele away from Williams right now in the middle of this trial at this moment. That's going to be a definite mistrial. He walks it back. He says, you're going to serve it on the weekends. Friday, 5 p.m., report to the sheriff. They'll let you, or 7 p.m., and they'll let you out Sunday at 7. That itself could arguably be grounds for mistrial because how are you giving somebody the right to a fair representation when on the weekends in this fucking trial, which is exhausting, rather than get to recharge your batteries, catch up on work, do all the things that people need to do, you're spending fucking 72 hours. And then Steele's like, hey, if I'm jailed on the weekends, can I spend my time with Jeff so that me and Jeff can work on our defense even then? And the judge is like, yeah, you can do that. Now, we'll see if that actually holds up this Friday. We'll see if Brian Steele is incarcerated because a notice of appeal was filed immediately by none other than his wife. His wife is a practicing attorney.
His wife's an attorney too?
Yeah. So his wife filed an appeal with the Georgia Appeals Court. I would imagine the Georgia Appeals Court is very familiar with the Steele law firm. They've granted a lot of his appeals. I would think we're going to get some type of order here before Friday.
Or do you think that they might be like, hey, let's hold on him actually having to serve that. Yeah. We'll rule on it.
Exactly. I hope to God, if there's any justice in the world, that the appeals court looks at this and says, yo, if that guy's filing an appeal and you trying to jail him for the weekend this Friday after all these years of service, his impeccable reputation act, it's so hard to get to that point and have no skeletons in the closet, no dirt. This man is lily white. If they don't stop him from being jailed on Friday, that's a fucking tragedy.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is crazy. Okay, so he's supposed to go to jail on Friday. He got 20 days though.
20 days.
So he held, just Glanville held someone else in contempt, and he basically told them they had to I don't know if it was actually contempt, but he said, hey, write an essay. Another guy, hey, you got to buy everyone's lunch. Right. And those just kind of seems like, you're you're fucking with someone.
Yeah.
But 20 days in jail is kind of like, yo, that's like a sentence. Like I'm pretty sure, I'm not telling anyone to go do this, but if you catch a DUI and you even go through trial, they might just give you 30 days, right? Like they won't even try to jail you for a lot of stuff, but 20 days because he refused to snitch.
Yeah. And refused to snitch with a legal explanation for why he believed that he was bound by the law to not answer the question. And the judge decided, I'm going to give you 20 days instead of, the judge could have said that I'll give you 20 days, but I'm going to give you the right to go and immediately appeal, and I'm going to hold the sentence until your appeal is decided out of respect for you, sir, out of the fact that I know that you're a real human. But he didn't want to do that. And to me, it just raises questions, man. Like, why is it so serious for the judge?